him or her, and then yeah, edit for me.
Huh,
Thank you.
not a peep. Has Kirya given up on his revenge?
But the fun part is editing too, a little bit like cutting, editing a little bit here and there.
Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Siam hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kirya's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
And he already killed Lucian. There's no reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
We can't abandon our post. There's nothing here that we can use to make tea.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers.
Why are we trying to distract ourselves? Like, we need to lock in.
Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they don't bloom during the day, because they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, do you tell me? No, but, really? Could that be? Because I'm thinking all these flowers together, because you guys remember the when we first got there with Paimon, how Paimon like got like a bad reaction of all the different flowers, like fragrance combined together, made her like sneeze profusely. Yeah, whatever. You know, she just chew, whatever. Maybe all the flowers in there together causes some kind of mixture that, I don't know, creates like a reaction where you just die. It's toxic. It becomes toxic. Emmy rushes to the door and a strange floral gray fragrance saturates the room. Still lights unmoving and on the bed already fully unconscious. Gigi.
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
Oh, bruh. He actually died.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
Well, I think Edgar is safe.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kirya already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
Maybe he just failed.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emily.
Oh.
I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kirya has nothing. Yelena is gone, now his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
He has wait, that was supposed to signify something.
Another all-nighter.
Wait, that's supposed to
Sure
signify
hopes
something.
Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but Kali still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
I'm just trying to think right now, but I can't think of. I mean, no, I don't think it's supposed to show anything.
Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her way.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
Feel like you have been waiting to say that for a while.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Look for the object near the flowers or where? Point out where a goose is. The insect slowly rising in the air, familiar. Emily checked last night. Turns out its spirit born.
Wasn't this incense originally in Lucien's room? It must have been moved here before nightfall yesterday.
The corner are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. The goose is swaying gently, its petals closer, a ring of moisture around the rim of the petals that feels sticky to the touch.
This is it!
Boom.
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
That's right, officer.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neatlannn lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neatlannn lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an agouti sample.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh dear freaking gosh darn it. In order to set up the mechanism, he took August and dubbed it on the outside of the petals, poured it into the flower pot, soaked the area around the petals. We were talking about the petals before. Outside of the petals. Let's see this.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize.
Yep. Soak the area around the petals.
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. That might prevent the substance from taking effect. If applied to the outside, you would still be able to smell a goose even in the daytime. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glazed lily would act almost like a hidden container.
Sealed inside the petals. Soak the area around the petals. Pour into the flower pot. Maybe?
That doesn't sound right. I need to think about this.
Alright, what about this?
That doesn't sound...
Alright, what about this one?
That's right.
Wow.
He applied a diluted form of slime condensate
I'm gonna
to
edit
the
this
petals to stick
so
them
that
together,
I look like
and
I knew this
enclosed
all
a
the time.
sample
Yep.
of a goose in the center.
Too easy, man. I knew this all along, guys. That was my first pick. The other two, I would just like I misclicked. I was gonna press on listening again. Sorry, my bad.
That way, the agouti would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the agouti trapped inside.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of agouti would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And his mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because agouti is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucian are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
He executed the poisoning using primordial sea. Essential oil increased the incense in the room.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of spirit borneal. In Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
That one.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And Kira chose spirit borneal?
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the hotel, it was all a meticulous designed trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel.
He probably used the Mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine: every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit. But because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
No way. You would never give me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Who cares? But you would never give me credit for it because I didn't want to say it. I remember I said I had a theory. I didn't want. I didn't want to say it because I felt like no. You know what? This probably that sounds kind of. It's not dumb, but it's like probably not. Like I just felt like nah. I'm not gonna say that. That might sound stupid, you know. Even though everyone know I'm already stupid, why am I even trying? I was gonna. I think I was gonna guess. Like I was gonna say there's no way that Edgar is Killian, whatever, you know. But he was. He really was. But I didn't think it was disguised as Edgar. Like I thought, you know, it was just him. Like, you know. The real murder is, well, but it's Kyria disguised as Edgar, so it's still Kyria.
The Mora spent to rent out the hotel, the way the Auguste flower was cultivated, the method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy who inherited Yelena's legacy, her younger brother.
The real murderer?
Kyria and Edgar are one and the same.
Yeah, well, except Edgar is not. I mean, that. I mean, that happened 20 years ago, something like that, wouldn't it? I mean, this guy. No, okay, so no. Edgar is still him. He is still Edgar. But you know, he changed his name later on, and he did teach um Emily whatever, right? But his real name was still Kira. It was still Kiria. Oh,
But Kiryu was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now.
oh. Well, I mean, exposure or using a delusion, that's what it happens. I mean, if you don't have vision, you get drained, bro. You get old.
Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff! Mr. Edgar was attacked!
What?
He attacked himself?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura.
No way.
But before we
Wait.
could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone.
You're joking. You're joking. No.
Do you think Kiria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
I mean, we've seen what happens when people use solutions that don't have a resistance to elemental energy. You know, we saw remember the guard? Remember the guard, guys? Oh, in Watatsumi Island, whatever. Remember that guard? Yeah, our boy. Oh, he lost so much. He lost his life force, man. He get like just like older and older, and suddenly he becomes like super freaking old in like a few like weeks or something, or days. Well, it would be suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death,
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die,
then there's still one target left.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
Yeah.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Am I getting that?
where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
But Mr. Elevator, what the frick? Oh well, I don't need the elevator. I'll just jump down. There we go. Hello, good sir. Oh, he's terrified.
A ghost! It's a ghost!
Oh
It's all
no.
right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me.
Okay, so ran that way.
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
So we run that way then? Oh, we don't need a clue from the other guy? Oh man. You okay? Okay, everyone saw a ghost apparently.
This is terrifying.
Who said that? Wait, who said that? You?
Don't come any closer!
Oh, it was definitely... Jesus. It was definitely NPC. What the heck? Aw, I hate missing those options because I feel like I want to hear what the other girl or guy would have said. Because why not?
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago.
She has a good sense of smell.
It's this way. Please, follow me.
Okay. I can smell it.